Welcome to another lecture on pressure measurement using differential manometers. So this is a very important topic in fluid statics. So before this, we have studied what is meant by pressure with respect to a static fluid system, that is normal compressive force acting on a unit area of the fluid in a stationary fluid system. And also we have seen the Pascal's law, which states that pressure is independent of the direction. That means it is same in all directions in a fluid at rest or in a static fluid. Also we have seen the hydrostatic equation of a static fluid system, that is pressure that varies directly proportional to the depth or height. P is equal to rho gh, where rho is the density of the fluid under consideration. And now we will see how this hydrostatic equation is used for pressure measurement using an instrument called manometers or differential manometers. So what is a manometer? In a simple sentence, manometer is an instrument used for measuring pressure between two locations in a fluid system. Remember, it is used for measuring difference in pressure between two locations. The two locations may be in a static fluid system or in a stationary fluid. Two different points in a stationary fluid, you can measure the difference in pressure. Or in a flowing fluid system or a flow system, there also you can use this U-tube manometer for pressure difference measurement. For example, a fluid that is flowing through a pipe, you can measure the difference in pressure between two locations if you connect a U-tube manometer there. Of course, there is another instrument arrangement called venturimeter that is connected. And also if you have to measure the difference in pressure between two pipes, there also you can use this differential manometer. You have to connect to the two locations in the two different pipes. So that is what written here. And let us see what the construction of the U-tube manometer. So this is a simple sketch of a U-tube manometer. It is a bent glass tube. The glass tube is bent in U shape. It has got two limbs. This is called left limb, this is called right limb. These two are connected to form a U shape. And it uses a fluid here that is called manometric fluid. The fluid that is contained in the U-tube manometer is called manometric fluid. Here the liquid, what is written here as liquid, is a manometric fluid. And the two limbs are connected to the two locations, as I already told. For example, this left limb is connected to a fluid which is at a pressure of P1. The right limb is connected to a fluid which is at a pressure of P2. It may be same fluid but difference in pressure. You see the second one. In the left limb, the fluid at a pressure P1 is pressurizing the manometric fluid down. In the right limb also the same happens. In this arrangement you see P1 is greater than P2. Why we say that P1 is greater than P2? Because the location of mercury or any fluid, any manometric fluid used in the manometer is at a lower level than the manometric fluid level in the right limb. Okay, then what about this case? In this case, P2 is greater than P1 because the right limb level of manometric fluid is at a lower position. So commonly used manometric fluid is mercury. Mercury, as you know, it is having specific gravity 13.6, that is density 13.6 times that of water. So that is about the construction. So you have got three types of manometers. One is a simple manometer. That means one end is connected to the location where the pressure is to be measured, and the other end is connected to atmosphere. If that other end is connected to atmosphere, means what? The other end or the other limb is open to atmosphere. That means that limb is subjected to atmospheric pressure. that is simple manometer, and the second one is differential U tube manometer. That means it has got two limbs connected to two different locations, and this is kept upright. You can keep it in the inverted position also. That is called inverted U tube manometer. There we use another type of manometric fluid that we will discuss later in this section. For clarity and understanding, let us see this arrangement. Two fluids, one is water, this is another fluid. The pipes are at different locations. You see this? This pipe is at a distance of 1.1 meter from this. This is another location. These two are having different locations, different elevations from the datum. We use a manometric fluid which is marked in black. Pressure of water is more, that is why it is pushing down in the left limb. Okay. Let us take another example. This is a case of simple manometer. We have pipe A containing water and the left limb is connected to it. The right limb is open to atmosphere. So what is acting at 1 is atmospheric pressure. What is acting at 3 is pressure in the pipe A plus pressure due to this column of water. Okay, this is water through the pipe. So up to this level 3, it is water. Similarly, up to 1 it is air, and mercury shown in red color is the manometric fluid used. Take another example. Water, the same fluid, two different pipes, pipe A and pipe B. It has got a manometric fluid, major manometric fluid as mercury, and also oil. Oil is having low specific gravity than water. Generally it is 0.8. You see this? Water is pushing down in the left limb. Okay. Then water in the pipe B is pushing down in the right limb. So you can see the difference in level of manometric fluid in the two different limbs. You see this? If P1 equal to P2, the difference level is 0. If P1 is greater than P2, you have the difference normally designated as small h. So what is measured is the difference in level of mercury in the two limbs of the U tube manometer, and that is measured, and we apply the hydrostatic equation for the estimation of pressure. Let us analyze a differential U tube manometer here. See, one pipe here, you see, this contains fresh water, another pipe contains seawater. The pressure of fresh water in the pipe is PFW, and the pressure of seawater in the other pipe is PSW. That is a designation used. And we want to measure, or we want to estimate, the pressure difference between these two pipes, one containing fresh water, other containing seawater. So what do? We connect a U tube manometer, a differential U tube manometer. This is one pressure tapping point, this is the second pressure tapping points. Okay. And the manometric fluid used is mercury, which is having 13.6 times the density of water. And this distance is marked as HC. This distance is marked as HW, and this is H air. This is HHG. Okay. How will we analyze it? Let us see. Here we apply the hydrostatic equation. What about pressure in the freshwater pipe? It is PFW. What is hydrostatic equation? As we move down, the pressure increases, or P is directly proportional to H. So what is the pressure at this location? Will be PFW acting here plus pressure due to HW column of fresh water. What is pressure due to HW column of fresh water? It is equal to rho fresh water into G into HW. That is written here. PFW plus HFW. Instead of HW, for clarity, we have taken HFW. That means pressure or head due to this fresh water plus density of fresh water into density of fresh water into G. That is the pressure acting here. We are taking pressure balance. So at the same horizontal level, pressure will be the same. So here the pressure acting here will be same as pressure acting here because the fluid is same, mercury. Then as we move up, pressure decreases. So how to write the equation? Minus HHg column of mercury is here. So minus HHg into rho of Hg into G. That is the pressure acting at this location. Again, as we move up, what is the pressure at this location? Again, minus H air rho of air into G. Because as we move up, pressure reduces. As we move down, pressure increases. So that is a pressure acting at this location. Same as pressure acting at this location because same horizontal level and same fluid. And we are moving down. So plus H seawater, that is written as HSW into density of seawater into G will be the pressure at this location. What is the pressure at this location? PSW. So that is written here. That means we have taken pressure balance from freshwater pipe location to seawater pipe location. The basic equation is used is P equal to H rho G. So again, once again I repeat, PFW plus pressure due to this column of freshwater minus pressure due to HHg column of mercury minus pressure due to H air column of air plus pressure due to HSW or HC column of seawater will be the pressure in the seawater pipe PSW. So here the unknown values are only the specific gravity of the fluids involved or density of the fluids involved, that is freshwater, seawater, air and mercury. So you can measure H air, you can measure HC, you can measure HW, you can measure HG. In the problem it will be given. So once we know all these H values and if we know the specific gravity, you can measure the difference in pressure between the two pipes, that is PFW minus PSW, PFW minus PSW. So this is how a differential U-tube manometer is working, and this is how the pressure difference is estimated. And let us see the second case, that is an inverted U-tube manometer. Okay, see, this is fluid A, that means fluid contained in pipe A. This is fluid B, that means fluid contained in pipe B. The manometric fluid used is designated as fluid C. It is kept in the inverted position. So here the manometric fluid will be C, that is lighter than the fluid A and fluid B. Lighter means low density. In the previous case we use mercury, that is a heavier liquid than the flowing liquid. Okay, here it is a lighter liquid C that is used, and you can see the distances marked H1, this is small h, and this is H2, etc. This will be given in the problem. So we need to estimate the pressure difference between A and B, or PA minus PB. We apply the hydrostatic balance equation between A and B. How to write? We start from point A. As we move up, pressure reduces. Okay, so PA is a pressure at this point. So what will be the pressure at the horizontal level XX? PA minus rho GH1. PA minus rho GH1. Rho means density of fluid A. So rho AGH1. So pressure in the same horizontal level will be the same provided the fluid is also the same. Here the same fluid C, and from here we are moving down. So plus rho GH. H, what is rho there? Density of fluid C. So rho C G into H. H is this distance. Again we are moving down, plus rho of B, fluid B into G into H2. Rho of B G H2 will be the pressure acting here, that is PB. So PA minus PB can be calculated once we know H1, H, H2 as well as specific gravity of the three fluids involved. Okay, this is how an inverted U-tube manometer is functioning. And for better understanding, we will see some of the cases. This is an inclined U-tube manometer. See, what is the only difference? The right limb is inclined. This will save space in a pressure measurement arrangement. Here we need to measure this vertical distance. How to measure this particular how to estimate this vertical distance? Once we know this angle theta and this length L, you can find out this vertical distance, because sine theta will be this vertical distance divided by L. That is the only difference. Okay, and the principle of operation and the estimation of pressure difference remains the same as in differential U-tube manometer. Okay, this is again another case. Applied pressure in the left limb and the right limb is vented, that is open to atmosphere. So you see the difference in level of mercury, here the fluid is water, manometric fluid is water. This is the difference in level of manometric fluid, that is also known as manometric deflection, that we measure and we estimate the pressure difference. U-tube manometer with one limb open to atmospheric pressure. Okay, here the applied pressure is greater than atmospheric pressure or less than atmospheric pressure. Here the pressure is atmospheric. Here you see the water level is down. Water is the manometric fluid used, it is down. So the pressure here will be greater than the pressure acting here. That means it is above atmospheric. The pressure here is above atmospheric. Take down another example. That is an inverted U-tube manometer. Two pipes, pipe A and pipe B, containing same fluid, that is water. Here the manometric fluid used is oil. Okay, the distances are marked. So here also you can apply the same principle for the estimation of pressure difference between PA minus PB, pressure difference between PA and PB. Let us take another example. It contains two manometric fluids. One is a manometric fluid with specific gravity 13.6, obviously that is mercury. The other one is air. You see this? And this pipe contains fluid oil and this pipe contains fluid water. See, water is entering up to this and oil is entering up to this point. So if you start from here, the pressure acting here plus pressure due to this column of water, same horizontal level pressure will be the same, minus pressure due to this column of mercury, minus pressure due to this column of air, plus pressure due to this length column of oil will be the pressure acting in the second pipe. So you can estimate the difference. Okay, so what I am trying to tell you is that you can estimate pressure difference between any points in a static fluid system or in a flow system by using a differential U-tube manometer with two pressure tappings between the two locations. The differential manometer may be simple manometer, inverted manometer, or upright differential manometer. It uses a manometric fluid, maybe mercury in general case. In some cases some other fluids are also used. The basic equation is the hydrostatic pressure equation, P equal to rho GH. Okay, so with this background you are given a task. What is the task? Task 4. Draw an arrangement for measurement of vacuum pressure using U-tube manometer with one end open to atmospheric pressure. Okay, a simple manometer. You see this? The one end is open to atmospheric pressure and one end is connected to a pipe. The pressure is less than atmospheric vacuum pressure, that you can draw. It's very simple. You draw a pipe with fluid A and connect one limb of the manometer to this pipe, other limb is open to atmosphere. Okay, second one, why mercury is preferred as manometric fluid to estimate pressure difference in pipe running full of water? Is carbon tetrachloride used in place of mercury in this flow situation? See, why we are using a heavier liquid like mercury? Because if you are using a low density fluid, the length of this U-tube manometer tube will be very high, very large. That means lengthy pipe is required or lengthy tubing is required. So P equal to rho GH. So as the density increases for the same pressure estimation, the value of H decreases. That means if you are using heavier liquids, you need only shorter U-tube as the manometer tubing. So mercury is 13.6 times density. Okay, that is why for space consideration we use mercury as the manometric fluid? Can we use carbon tetrachloride? In some cases you can use carbon tetrachloride also. Okay, so you do this task, and we will see, we'll discuss this task and answer of these two tasks in the next video. There are some other reasons why we use heavier liquid in the differential manometer and lighter liquid in the inverted U-tube manometer general. Okay, so we'll discuss more on this U-tube manometer, like doing numericals etc. we will do in the next video. Thank you.